Over the last few months, I've been taking trees from right here on the property and turning it into the cabin that you see right behind me. But today is a monumental day because we're starting to add all the siding around the cabin. But as usual, things don't go to plan. Excited about what's gonna... Oh, no. Guys, this is not good.
So Dylan has been on the hunt for some old windows to put in this cabin, and Facebook Marketplace came through last night and we picked up these very old windows for $10 each. There's 10 of them, so $100 total, and look how cute they are. Dylan, you did a good job.
I've been searching high and low, Molly, and my Facebook Marketplace addiction's paying off.
Yeah, you're scrolling paid off.
Yeah.
So today the plan is going to be figuring out where we're going to be placing the windows and framing them out?
Yeah, we got to put the framing of the openings for the windows because that has to be done before we start doing any siding, and that's been a big holdup, so it's a good thing we found these. All right, so I only got 3 of these window sashes. They're not even full windows, but they have got the grids in them. So do you like the ones with the grids or without the grids? Do you want to prioritize these or use the other ones first?
I think the other ones.
Really?
And I also think they need to go the other way if you're going to use this.
Really?
Yeah. I think they go like that.
Well, they don't actually go.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh. I think without.
Okay.
I mean, it's your cabin. You can choose if you disagree.
I'm sort of thinking that we do them in pairs because they're not very tall. But maybe like a post in the middle.
Yeah, that'd be cute. Maybe evenly.
Huh?
Do you think that close or evenly, distributed?
I think they should be centered.
Okay.
Like you're saying do this
Yeah.
and this.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. After much deliberation, we finally have a game plan, but I've got to go inside and feed little baby Owen already. So while I'm doing that, Dylan is laying it all out, and then we'll get to framing all of these windows up. Well, after doing some math, Dylan found out we need 4 more 4x4s. So we're gonna mill those up, hopefully quickly.
Molly, so many people been commenting on our videos asking why I'm not using an impact. And so I thought I would just demonstrate why I, generally speaking, don't use impact drivers. Now, this isn't totally apples to apples here, so I realized that. I just didn't want to go get my Milwaukee one. But here's the impact. Okay, you do get very low torque on your wrist, which is nice. But here's the drill. Oh. It's half the time or a third of the time and no noise. I think impacts have their place in a lot of things, but I think a lot of times in the woodworking world, these things are something that were heavily marketed to us and told that we had to have, and you don't really need one. All right, all the 4x4 wall girts are completely wrapped around the building, which feels great. And now we're gonna knock out these window frame openings. Oh, you missed the first one going in, but there it is. Mr. Supervisor came to help.
He's letting me know too.
What am I doing wrong? Everything?
Yeah, he said, "What you doing?"
Well, I'm trying to work on these window frames, Bubba. But you ain't lending me no hand. I need these big strong muscles. I need these big strong muscles help me lift it.
What's he doing? That board.
Oh. Whoa. Look, Bubby. Look, here goes another one. Oh, you should be proud of this one. This is a good fit right here. Oh, don't have my hammer. Look. I don't even need a hammer, Bubba. That's quality fit right there. You leaving me? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Bubba. It certainly took a lot longer for me to do these frames than I imagined, but I am so happy with the way these turned out. I think it really makes a big transformation on this cabin, and it just gives me that extra push I need to keep going on such a big project.
We have Honey watching Owen today, so I can get a full day of work in, and with that, we're going to be trying to knock out as much siding as we can on the sawmill. Let's get going.
Well, folks, as you can see behind me, Molly and I have been busy milling up a whole bunch of wall paneling slash siding. I'll show you what I mean by that later, but I think we have close to enough to do the entire cabin. So we're about to get started putting that on, but before we do, I'm going to run it through the planer. So I have a bit of a assembly line set up here. It's going to come off the stack, through the planer, straight onto the tractor forks. And then we'll start shuffling it over there. In hindsight, I probably should have done this with the roof boards too, because you see them from the inside. They're a little rough. This gave me the idea to do this with the wall boards, so we're going to see how this goes and get after it. Man, I am glad I'm done with that. That took way longer than I expected, but all the boards are done that I need done, and I've got them moved over there, so I'll take you over there and check them out. But actually, look who's walking out here. Oh, you show up right when the work is done, huh? That ain't right. You supposed to be helping me. Ooh, look at you. You see yourself? Bubba, you know what they call folks that show up when the work's done, right?
Smart.
Blister.
Blister?
Yep, because they show up once the work's done.
What does that mean?
That's going to be your nickname, Blister. You always show up when the work's done.
Oh. Don't put that in. Did you do both sides or just all one?
Just one side.
Nice.
So, like, did you actually plane them, or?
I was just wondering.
So, like, did you plane them today, or?
I'm just asking.
I can't really tell.
Oh,
Let's go night-night. We'll do this tomorrow. A while back, you might have seen us turn this bedroom into Proven Hands HQ, where we've been pumping out a ton of t-shirts, and it's worked really well for that. But because we're starting to produce belts this next month, this is not going to be enough space to do both of those things. And so we've actually decided to turn our smaller bedroom right over here into the t-shirt only room, and that room over there is going to be for producing belts. Now, we've been using this FlexiSpot E7 Plus desk the entire time we've been producing shirts, and I knew when we came into this room I wanted another one, but this time I wanted to get a base and actually build a top myself so that I could build it much bigger than they have available on their website. Now, I reached out to FlexiSpot, and they were cool enough to sponsor this week's video and send us out an extra one of their frames so that we could really start expanding our small business. FlexiSpot has asked me to tell you a bunch of different specs on this thing, but first of all, I just want to tell you why I personally really like these, and that is that they are four-legged and super strong. They can handle up to 540 pounds on them, and they can handle that dynamically. These things are super, super stout. I mean, they don't have hardly any wobble. There's virtually no wobble. It's pretty crazy. And they can do all of that and still go up and down like so. And so when you want to use one of these adjustable height bases in a heavy duty setting, I think this is by far one of the best ones available. It's so convenient to have multiple preset height adjustments like this one right here, which I prefer to have for when I'm using this heat press. But then with the press of a button on number 2, I can go to the height setting that I prefer when I'm using this heat press. And that is just such a game changer when you're working in a small space like this and with multiple people, because it's not fun to work at a workbench that is not the right height for you. It's also super DIY friendly. Anyone can put one of these things together. It takes me about 30 minutes to put one together. And I even built a custom MDF top for this one this go around, and I made it really oversized and large, something bigger than they're able to ship you. But they do have a ton of great desktop options if you're not interested in building one yourself. But having the flexibility to just buy the frame and build a top for your specific needs is a really nice thing to have. They have a super smooth operation, and with the 3-stage legs, they have a huge range of height adjustment. There's also a wide range of accessories that fit these desks on FlexiSpot's website, so you can really customize yours. And if you need a USB port, there's actually one built right into the keypad. I'm really excited about the way this room's turning out, and I think it's going to be a big game changer for our small business. I'd like to say thanks again to FlexiSpot for supporting our channel and our small business, and also encourage you guys to head over to FlexiSpot.com if you're interested in grabbing one of these. There's also links in the description below where there's coupon codes that'll save you some money, and I think you'll really enjoy one if you decide to go check them out. Thanks again, FlexiSpot. Let's get back into the video. Well, I'm walking out to the cabin. It's a windy Saturday afternoon. I got a handful of hours that I can put towards the cabin, and I got a whole giant stack of that wall paneling set up. We're getting ready to put on. It's gonna be a big transformation and a big day, and I'm pretty excited about what's gonna... Oh, no. Guys, this is not good. This is not good. We have mildew starting to form on almost everything inside this cabin. This is not a good situation. This presents a pretty big problem, and I didn't expect this to happen because this gets really good airflow on both sides, and typically as long as you have good airflow on green lumber, you don't get mildew on it. But everything in here is mildewing, which means obviously from a health concern, mold and stuff like that, not ideal, but also it stains the lumber. Oh, it's everywhere. We've had very bad luck with the weather too this last week, and it's been basically the perfect conditions to create this problem. Not something I really wanted to deal with or was expecting to deal with when I came out here today. I put sort of a damper on my plans. I've actually heard about some products that you can apply to wood that has this problem. I don't know how well they work, but we're definitely going to have to try to get some of that and apply it to this and see what happens. For now, I'm just going to continue with what I was going to do and put this siding / wall paneling on, and then probably at the end of this video, we'll apply something, and hopefully that works. Well, this is going really quick, and it looks freaking awesome. I am getting all kinds of fired up to keep doing this. I know many of you are probably curious what exactly I'm doing here, because is this the siding? Is it the wall paneling? What is it? This is actually just the interior wall paneling. I'm gonna have foam exterior insulation, and then there'll be battens, and then there'll be the actual siding on the outside. It's gonna be a pretty thick wall construction, but it lets us see all of the wall paneling on the inside and all the beams. They all stay exposed, and that's the reason why I'm doing it this way. That's one way to do it. That's 2 walls down, 2 to go. All right, I don't know if you can tell, but I got me a little board running across up there as a stop. So my boards are gonna slide up right into it and stop halfway in the middle of that beam before the gable. because we'll do the gable separately later, but we're about to run boards all the way across here. And we're also going to start in the center and go out, because this is a wall that if you're in there, you want it to look really good because it's going to be floor to ceiling. It feels pretty darn amazing standing in here right now. And I definitely know now that I want to put some windows up there. So we're not going to put any of this siding in this gable. I'm going to figure that out, and next week's video we'll frame something in up there and we'll put the siding on then. But man, doesn't that look cool? Can you imagine just a little window up there? It'd be really cool if I could find, you know, glass cut to that like whole size up there, but that's probably going to be outrageously expensive, and this is a budget project. Well, at this point, all that's left is to do the back wall here, and I might have enough sun to manage to do that, just maybe. So let's get after it.
Ooh.
Take a little.
Let me come around. Here.
Take a little look ski. Walk on in there. That's the real.
You should go back there and look back out here. It looks really cute. Wait. You're gonna have to push me up. 1, 2. Wow. This is gonna be cool. Buddy. It's probably gonna be your apartment.
Hey, so I got some bad news for you. Why don't you just take a little gander at the ceiling?
The gaps?
The mildew? You see all the mildew everywhere? Look back that way.
Oh. Yeah.
That ain't good, is it?
To get your pressure washer somehow out here.
I got some ideas. There's a couple products I think that are supposed to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But not ideal.
Not ideal. It's that too.
I know. It's getting everywhere. Well, folks, if you're enjoying this series, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and click the bell icon so you get notified when our next video comes out. But I've got a handful of boards left to do, but the sun is setting. I'm running out of boards. This little man wants to go get some dinner, and my back is killing me. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.